Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk a little bit about the stages in life. And the reason I'm thinking about this is, like I say, we've been moving cattle, and we go through the cattle. They're born, they're raised, they go away, and so that's what made me start thinking about all this. But what it is, and this doesn't apply 100%. This is just to give you an idea. And what it is, when 18, what I've seen when, and a lot of this applies to men. So at 18, you get out of the house. Some go to college, some go into the military, some just go somewhere. I don't know, whatever it is. But the thing is, between 18 and 21 is probably the most adventurous time of a young man's life. He shouldn't be in debt. At 18, what kind of idiot gets in debt at 18? And I say they'll be maybe get an oil field job, working the oil field. Go off on that. Some kind of they try an apprenticeship, trying to just go to work here, go to work there, try to find something that you enjoy doing. And the thing is, kind of like these cattle here. Okay, these cattle here, these are all young ones here. I would consider them about like 18-year-olds. They've been weaned. That's what we're doing today. We took them away from their mamas. Their mamas are out here, and that's why you hear all the whining and belly aching. It's the mamas looking for their babies, and the babies looking for their mamas. And so you're going through that type of a stage, and then you get married somewhere in there. I say in the 20s, normally in the 20s. Some will go into their 30s, but normally it's in their 20s. And even me was 22. I got married in 22. And what happens, your focus goes for the children. I'm talking about me. So my whole life, I throw my whole life in the storeroom somewhere, and my whole focus is taking care of the kids, trying to be a father, trying to prosper and give the kids the best I can. And then come about 40, most people, that's about right, about 40, most people will start having aches and pains, and they will act like it's no big deal. It's no big deal. And then it ends up in about 50. They start having more health issues. Blood pressure is going to go up. They're going to see friends are sick, friends that are dying, and then they start evaluating. Now, this is where things really get pretty tricky. For me, my kids were grown up by the time I was 40. They went off to college when I was 40. So then I didn't have to spend all my money on my kids. I was able to start doing something for myself. And so, coming about my early 50s, when a lot of people are starting to think of retirement, what are they going to do for retirement and stuff like that, especially if they're working in a factory or got some kind of job or something. I stopped working at that time. I still work, but I stopped working on a regular time-wise type stuff. And what it is, I've got smarter at that time. And so I started focusing on different things. Now, there's quite a few people that stop working or stop doing the daily hard work like they normally do once the kids are gone. And then it's, like I say, it's easier to focus on your expenses. You can basically know what your expenses are. Now, one thing I noticed also on 60, when they're 60 years old, people that have been working, people that own businesses, and my family was the same way. When they got about 60 years old, they weren't too interested in working anymore. Most of them have already saved up enough money. They've got investments. They've done whatever it is they do. Their house is paid for and all this kind of stuff. And so now they look at life a whole lot different. And this is what I talk about on getting businesses for free. This is the time when at 60 you sure are. Not only your health is deteriorating, your spouse's health is deteriorating. You can tell you're not young anymore. And I say a lot more people are dying off. So now you want out of business. So that's what I'm saying. At 60, normally that's the time when people want to sell their businesses. They'd love to sell them and take the cash and run, but normally a business isn't going to work like that. That's why I say you can pick it up at that time. You can work out a deal with them and give them monthly payments, and that monthly payment is just going to add on to their income already. And then, like I say, I guess some will take an early Social Security, but many, I think, aren't even worried about that because they have other investments and they're still working. And then once they come up to 65, well, then they'll go on and start doing it. That's what I did. About 65, 66 when I got my Social Security. And but for me, it was a little different. I was planning on heading to South America, and I didn't know if I was going to get back here to the States. That's why I went to the VA and registered with the VA, and then I got my Social Security, and like I say, but things just didn't work out that way. So I ended up being stuck in Guatemala. And but now, and see, it's another reason why I'm talking about all this. Now I'm reevaluating. I'm 67, and I'm reevaluating my life. What's important, and like I say, all of my friends have already died off. So, now I got to figure out. But like I say, I've already done the traveling and doing things, stuff like that. So I have to look at things differently. And no spouse. I lost my wife 4 years ago. So that makes a difference. So I'm not quite sure how it goes. I'm just giving you an idea. The mindset of people change when they're going through these different stages. And when your mindset changes, that not only gives you a better idea of reevaluating your goals and trying to get something like that, but also it opens doors for the younger ones that are looking for opportunity. So there's some thinking, but you got to remember, a lot of this is in the life cycle. And no different than these all going through their life cycle. It's the same thing, except for theirs goes through it a whole lot quicker than what we would. So, but always be open for opportunities. And we're right back to what I talk about is your health. Your health is primary, because without health, you're pretty much screwed. And normally at 60, if you haven't taken care of yourself by the time you're 60, then anything over 60, you're just trying to stay alive. And you'll survive and stuff like that. That's why you don't see most people, running and doing a lot of fun stuff when they get over 60. There are some that'll do it, and they have prepared for it. And that's what I'm saying. So you need to prepare. And 40 is your first notice. You can ignore it or not. 50s, you're not going to ignore it anymore. And then by 60s, I have a lot of people say, this is the way I am. And this is what I like. And so if I die, that's the way it is. And that's the way they die. So this is Mike, NoStressMike.com.